We're live.
Hi, hello. Hi, everybody.
Oh
How's
shit.
it going? Are we? Wait, what?
Yeah, we are. I just have Lindsay cut off.
Oh, okay. Hey, folks. Welcome and happy Sunday. Good to see all of you. Hello. You want to watch some people play some Dungeons and Dragons? You're in the right place.
Yeah.
Before we get started, Justin, do you have any channel announcements?
Yes. Charity of choice, color of change. We're still raising money for it. You can find the donation link in our chat on the side, and it'll be all of our VOD as always, and in our podcast description. Really great charity, so go support it if you can. Also got a Patreon, so if you want to support that, that's real cool too, because that helps me keep this channel going. Because it's expensive paying for everything. So any little bit of help helps. And For the $3 tier on our Patreon, you can get some adventures for your home games. So check it out. I don't know what Maze is going to be yet, so that's fun. Metal Gear Solid D&D. That'll be Maze. Schedule is
Make
up
it
on our
make it a maze.
yeah schedule.
Maze.
Maze. Our schedule is up on our Twitch channel, so you can see all of our stuff there. Yeah, that's really it.
All right. So shall we recap?
Yes.
All right. So kind of a double recap here because we didn't really recap the two sessions ago. We kind of just jumped into it so we could get Sid's genuine reaction. Um, so Hannibal's a prince. Hannibal and Drusilla were hanging out. They were also, just in case you forgot, Hannibal was made the head of a task force, an anti-inquisitor task force, given a headquarters and like a guy that works for you who you haven't done much with yet. Um, and then you were like, you got a you had a or no, you knew where the tracks were, like you where Ilvem had been taken into the woods. You're like, let's just go track Ilvem. Sid's off doing Sid stuff, so let's just go track Ilvem for a bit. And it was supposed to be a fact finding mission, supposed to be a recon mission. Um, and it was Hannibal, Drusilla, and Captain KO, and they tracked Ilvem for about a day until they came to an encampment, not like a small camp, like a large military encampment, mercenary encampment technically. And they arrived up to it, and they decided, you know what, screw it, let's sneak in and see if we can find Ilvem, because they thought that this was where Ilvem might have been. So they snuck in. They were sneaking through tents and behind tents and along uh, little rows of cages because the place was populated by monster tamers, and the cages were full of monsters. Drusilla turned into a mouse, I want to say, some kind of small creature. I forget which one, and snuck through the camp, made it to the command tent where the commander, a lion man, was asleep. Uh, she then started taking papers, managed to get a fair amount of them before something happened, and I think it was Hannibal. Oh yeah, Hannibal got caught because a person in the tent next to him started waking up. Hannibal tried to slit his throat, did not do enough damage, and the guy just had a big old just gash in the side of his neck, and he woke up and was like, "Intruders trying to cut my throat." Woke up the whole camp. Um, Woke up the commander. Hannibal fireballed the command tent. Right after Drew managed to get out, the commander came out and was like, "Who's blowing up my camp?" Found Hannibal. Hannibal's like, "All right, let's go, let's fight." And the guy ragdolled Hannibal. And then Drusilla landed after Drusilla had flown away. Drusilla landed and was like, "Let's talk about this," and then healed Hannibal and prevented him from dying for now. At which point, Sid and Haru, Hama, not Haru. What am I talking about? Wrong game.
I was like, that is a very different character.
Yes. Sid and Hama, as well as Xanor, the constantly left behind Xanorn, arrived at the camp to provide backup and saw this scene, at which point they were like, "Well, let's go help." So they went in to try and provide a distraction. They went and helped Captain KO, who was surrounded by various other members of the camp. the leader was turned to Drusilla and was like, "Hey, do you know them?" And Drusilla was like, "No." And he's like, "Great. So you won't mind if I send my giant metal bull Gorgon at them to go kill them?" And so the Gorgon just started going at them and fight. They were all fighting a Gorgon. And then Hannibal decided to try and fight. So the leader just started smashing him into the floor, and then tossed him into a Bulette pit, where a Bulette knocked him unconscious. Hannibal rolled a nat 1 on a death save. Drusilla ran over, pulled him up, was holding Hannibal in her arms when he failed his last death save and died in her arms. Then Drusilla activated Flame Blade, walked over and decapitated the Gorgon, which enraged the leader, who Sid grabbed Hannibal's body, got out of there. Everyone else just started running. Zanhorn was like, "Drew, I can teleport you out." And Drew was like, "No, I got this." And then Drew got knocked unconscious. And then he was like, "Okay, now I'm teleporting you out because you're unconscious." And then teleported Drew out, and then they left. They ran through the woods they ran through the night. You're all exhausted, by the way. You have all been unconscious, and you are actually, Hannibal's feeling great. Never mind. Everyone but Hannibal is exhausted. All been running through the night, but then you arrive just outside the city just in time to see an astral skiff pop out of the sky and land in front of you outside some trees, and you crept up wondering what they wanted. And it turned out they wanted to return Hannibal to you because Hannibal had been resurrected by the Githyanki, who apparently have just a spare stock of clone bodies for all of you. So in case you die, they can just pop you back into life and just send you back down and just be like, "Okay, don't do that again." But also, how's your Mind Flayer hunt going? So that happened, and then Hannibal was returned to the party, and then everyone started heading, or the skiff left, and everyone started heading towards the city. Oh, and Drusilla was like, "I have these papers," which, Sid, you were reading at the end of last session.
Yes.
Okay. So I kind of went through the letter that Drusilla read before, and I don't know if I can find out. I don't know if I can find the letter. I don't know where I put it. But I remember the gist. Basically, the main letter that Drusilla hands to you is a letter. It was a almost completed letter appears to be from the leader, because it was taken from his tent, being sent to an inquisitor by the name of Alexia, basically saying, like, "Yeah, your inquisitors came through my camp. I sheltered them as requested on their way back to you. But one of them was rude to me, so I removed his hand. And so, maybe teach your inquisitors some manners."
Oh shit.
So the letter did mention that they were like carting a person with them, which you would be able to identify as Ilvem. So it seems like the inquisitors, because the tracks led to the encampment, it seems like the inquisitors came into the encampment, stopped there, stayed the night, and then continued on their way north deeper into enemy territory. So Ilvem was in this camp at some point, but did not stick around.
Okay,
Other
and this
papers.
and the letter was addressed to an inquisitor named Alexia.
Yep.
Okay, is there an address?
No, it's like the letter. The letter wasn't finished. It was like he was in the process of writing it and took a break, and then Drusilla stole it like in mid writing. So it's not even in an envelope. It's just loose.
Okay.
Yeah. Other ones are kind of just like basic ideas of deployment. Nothing that's too revolutionary. Like it seems to be probably out of date at this point. Just some basic reports and stuff. You do get the sense though that you kind of get an inventory of what they have access to. They've got you get the sense that the creatures that they were patrolling with, those weird insectoid reptilian things, are something called a Kruthik, Kruthik.
They're very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They also have access to displacer beasts as some of their rank and file creatures, which you saw.
Which are also cool.
And then the inventory of the pits, which are like, you get the sense based on the reports you're reading that these are the they're sent out less often. These like need a reason to be sent out. The other ones are more rank and file. which are the purple wormlings. So not full-grown purple worms, purple wormlings. Hook horrors, manticores, and bullets.
How do you spell Bulet?
Bullette. Bullet, however you pronounce it.
Belletti.
Okay.
Bulletti.
Buletti.
Bulletti. Bulletti. It's
You know
Italian.
How do they pronounce it?
Oh, that's right. Does D&D Beyond have the
Bullet.
pronunciation thing?
Bullet.
Oh, okay.
And also the stream just heard it when I clicked on it.
Bullet.
I said Bulette for like 20 years.
Buleti?
Belletti.
Yes.
I want to use Belletti. Belletti's pretty fun.
It also mentions you get mentions of a couple more things that are not kept in the standard. It seems like they're not kept in the standard paperwork. There's a reference to a farm near the camp, north of the camp, or actually northeast of the camp. There's no name, but there's a picture. There's like a sketch. You see two of them actually. You see one that looks like it almost just looks like a larva. Just like, as best you can tell from the sketch, it's like this weird looking larva with like little pincers around a puckered mouth with a red eye. And then nearby that, there's also what looks like a stalagmite with tentacles and a mouth.
Oh no.
Which
No.
either of you can make me a I can make that a nature or history check.
Can I do with advantage because I'm a DM and I know what
No.
they are?
Advantage because I've run a game before.
Okay. Nature?
Okay, you said nature or history?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck. Oh, you said nature or history?
Yeah.
11 for history history.
Okay.
12 for history.
Okay. Yeah, you would probably be able to identify the stalagmite ones. Those are ropers.
Yup.
Which are basically, they're like practically stationary creatures that they look like they're cave dwelling creatures. They look like stalagmites or stalactites. They latch onto the stone floor, and they're sedentary hunters, but they just like sit there, and if someone gets closer to them, they like use those tentacles to rope things in and pull in prey. But with that, you're not sure what the little one is. Actually, let me just do a quick roll for Drew to see if she can identify it. Never mind, Drew's able to tell you. Drew will be able to identify the larval thing as a piercer.
Yep.
Which is the basically just the larval form of a roper.
Yep.
Oh, okay, so they're the same thing, but
They're the same.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing as just the baby. And
the
piercers
beast.
still hunt, but they hunt differently. They're still somewhat mobile. So it's actually ropers tend to be stalagmites. Piercers tend to disguise themselves as stalactites, the ones on the ceiling. And what they will do is they can kind of harden part of their body. So what they'll do is they'll cling to the ceiling and then let go and drop and just land on top of their prey and just try to crush it with falling force.
Interesting.
I love running them.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because like they get their hit in and it does a fair amount of damage for their CR, but then it's like, well, now they're on the ground. They just got to crawl their way back up the wall to do anything because they can't do damage unless they drop.
Yep. But ropers are very scary.
Oh yeah.
But so these are both cave dwelling monsters.
Mm-hmm.
So it would probably be safe to say that this farm is perhaps in a cave.
Possibly. So, yeah.
Okay.
And then the only other thing is that those are connected. Those appear to be connected through. You get like the paper you have is like halfway through a report, so like you don't get the rest of this, but you get that those are somehow linked into something that is just referred to as the big one in the woods.
No.
I hate that.
And something about like these will go together great for a surprise.
I hate that.
And you're not entirely sure what that is. There's not really a lot of other extra information in there.
I hate that so
I
much.
hope it's a Trask.
Cease.
Huh.
Okay, well, I'm going to share all of this information with, essentially everyone in the group.
Mhm.
Captain KO and Hama and etc., etc. Just, like, finishes reading the letter and takes it. So this isn't good.
Mm-hmm.
So we should deal with this camp then, or this farm?
I definitely think it should be dealt with. I don't necessarily know if we should personally deal with it, because we still need to find Ilvem.
It's also it's when it says northeast of the encampment, so like it's just it was like probably just out one of the other gates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we should go find Ilvem, but we can't bring big forces with us because we don't want to draw attention to ourselves.
Well, first and foremost, I'm exhausted.
Oh, I feel great.
I say, clutching all of my bleeding wounds.
Yeah,
Dying-
Drusilla
dying
like
is-
recently.
Dying is a really good cure for your ailments.
I guess it is now. But we need to rest. We need to get this information to the right people.
Yeah.
And then we can decide what the heck we're gonna do about Ilvem.
Find them as soon as possible because I have a feeling we'll be seeing them in a couple weeks. Just a feeling.
Agreed, but I definitely think that, not a big force, but certainly more people than you and Drew had with you going into this camp.
Yeah.
So, and I'll look at, Xanorn and Hama and Captain KO, just be like, if you three, or even some of you would be willing to join us on this endeavor to try and get Ilvem back, it'd be very appreciated.
Yes, of course. Yeah, sure, I'd be down. And Captain K will say, perhaps this would be a good time to make use of that task force that you've been put at the head of. Gather information, put together resources,
Oh, right.
make a plan.
I'm sorry, what task force?
Drusilla and I were given. Yep.
Well, all of you, technically,
Yep.
were placed in charge of the Turncoats Anti-Inquisitor Task Force.
Oh, yeah.
We just have a task force, and just nobody told me.
Yep.
Well, more or less at this point, you're looking at the task force, but
Essentially.
well, aside
Okay.
from, it's not terribly large. Yes. Yeah, that's. Well, there's also Simmons.
Who's Simmons?
Your secretary, for lack of a better word.
Oh, yeah, Simmons.
Okay, so who exactly is involved in this task force? Other than...
Us and Simmons.
Yeah, more or less. You have the authority to petition for additional resources and troops if you need them, but
I don't think we should get a big force going after Ilvem.
I don't think a big force, but I think what we currently have, right here, right now,
Is great.
is good.
We should get Simmons though. We could use paperwork.
Xanorn's like, I mean, like, there's a middle ground. There's some middle ground between this and a big force. It might be worth discussing if we wanted any more, but you know, it's up to you.
I think any more we risk being noticed easier.
We'll talk about it. First things first, we need to rest. We need to get this information to the right people. And then we can talk about what we're going to be doing from here on out. Because we know they're headed deeper north. We know that we're looking at someone named Inquisitor Alexia. That's kind of it. Hannibal, do you think that you could call up your mage friend?
Tomorrow
To
I
put-
can.
Okay, to potentially get some more information on Ilvem. Do a little bit of that
already did
weird
that.
magic.
We already did that. He has the same sort of information we do. He can't really scry on Ilvem. It's very foggy. Something suppressing said scrying.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some notes regarding that. I don't remember if I shared. I have not shared them with you yet. Basically, these Inquisitors have arcane and their magic nullify. Their abilities nullify arcane and body magic. So
Oh, yeah.
blah blah blah. They're immune to divine magic, so hence scrying does not work on them.
Mm.
And when I did scry on Ilvem, yeah, we scryed on Ilvem and it was not. We didn't get a lot of information.
Okay, and they're what? Oh, I forgot. What magic does? Can they not
Uh,
nullify? It doesn't work on something, but does it not work on
divine magic, so like
divine magic?
clerics and stuff like that, and also nature based like druids.
Right.
So I'm shit in this situation.
And I'm
Well,
also semi shit. Hama's
Xanorn
less fucked.
Xanorn just says, I mean, like, it seems like they need to touch you to do it, right? So if you hit them with a fireball from 100 feet away, you're not, I mean, that'll still work.
Great, that's the plan then. But yeah, I talked to Master Varo and he couldn't give us much more information regarding Ilvem being kidnapped, other than what we already know, the direction they're going, and that sort of thing.
Okay.
Would it be possible to get in touch with that former Inquisition agent that you mentioned,
I could do that tomorrow once I've had a rest. I could use a sending spell. I could do 3 sending spells tomorrow if I have to, but I'd rather save some slots for like my fireballs and my counter spell if I have to.
Mm-hmm.
But I could send I could send a message to.
What agent is this?
You and Drusilla mentioned that you had met someone there was a name you mentioned, Lucas, I think.
Oh yes, Lucas Gislaine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's them.
Captain Kale's like, yeah, your headquarters. The suzerain was mentioning that your headquarters that you were given for the task force used to belong to this Lucas when he used to work in this city.
Right. So I could contact Lucas. I could contact the suzerain with a sending message if we rest. That way we don't have to backtrack all the way to the city and waste time.
Mm-hmm.
You're right outside. You're like 10 minutes from the gates.
Yeah. No, I think it's better to go back into the city. Don't have to waste that spell.
We just risk, the more time we spend away, the more time Ilvem's gone and in danger. Is all.
I know. But we can't we can't help Ilvem if we don't first help ourselves. And if we run into this all willy-nilly, it's all that's going to happen is what just happened. And I want to try and avoid that. So let's go into the city. I will take this paperwork to the suzerain, I guess.
All right.
Really quick, and then I will meet you back at the house, where I will promptly pass out.
All right. I just was resurrected, so I don't know what I'm gonna do.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't need to sleep. I just died.
Okay, well then, while I sleep, I guess you can get working on, creating a game plan, I guess.
Oh.
Reaching out to Lucas.
I can't reach out to anybody until tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. Well, can you, maybe get a hold of a map of the north?
Most likely. I assume so. Probably.
That might help.
I also
That
need
might
to,
help
I
us
also
with
need
our
to
plans.
dedicate some time to making something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
We can go ahead and-
buying spell components. I have to buy spell components so I can bring Abacus back.
Okay.
Having a familiar would be very useful for reconnaissance.
Agreed.
So.
Do you have enough money for that?
Oh, I have a lot of gold now. I have 1,890 gold.
Cool.
So I should be okay. And I might buy some potions too. If I can find a place to buy potions, it might be a good idea to buy health potions.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
So we don't have to rely on.
Yeah.
You know.
No, yeah, that's a good idea. If we can find a cleric to join us on our mission, that'd be great. So if you got time and you can do that, if you can see if there's any clerics who might want to be a part of our little task force.
And I might look for a jewelry store too.
Okay.
Buy a diamond for Drew.
Okay. Sounds good. Then I'm gonna go ahead and deliver this paperwork and then go back to the house and rest, and you can do what you're gonna do.
Business. Yep.
Okay, let's make this happen.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna. As soon as you get to the city, I'm heading off to a jewelry store first, if I can find one.
Okay.
Yep, I'm
So
gonna
you
head to
can
the
all-
suzerain's office.
Okay, so yeah, you can get into the gates of the city. It's like starting to get dark at this point, but like you have enough time. Like stores are still open and stuff.
I'm being quick. I have 40 feet of movement speed
Yeah.
because my transmuter stone.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you can go to the jewelry store. You can buy yourself a revivified diamond.
What's your name?
What?
People do this to me all the time. What's your name, jewelry store owner?
Sorry, speak up. What?
I hate you. I want a diamond. But I'm stealing that. What? A diamond.
Diamond. All right.
I need
Here
a
you go.
300 gold diamond.
All right. Let me see what I can find. Goes and shuffles through very slowly. Shuffles through the stock and pulls out one of those eye things and looks at it. All right, there you go. This is a diamond for 300 gold pieces.
Is it a 300
Yes.
gold diamond? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I will hand over 300 gold.
All right. If any of your friends need diamonds, especially that expensive, just tell them to come by old Horace, and I'll get them set up.
Old Horace. All right. Thank you.
I love old Horace.
Thank you, old Horace.
You're welcome.
Do you know where I could? Is there anywhere in town that's like an alchemist shop that sells like potions and poultices?
Potions are a little hard to come by.
Makes sense.
Don't know that there would be a place in town. There's a fortune teller down by the docks. Might have a better idea. She deals in that kind of weird, magic-y type stuff.
What's her name?
What is it? I haven't been there before. She
Never
has
mind.
a tent, nice and purple by the docks. Always smells like incense. Hippie stuff.
Never mind. I thank you for your help.
Go see the fortune teller. You gotta.
Have a good evening. I'm gonna go see this fortune teller.
All right.
I
Have a good time.
I don't put much faith in fortunes, so let's go see what this is all about.
Okay.
No.
When the DM says fortune teller, legally
Oh,
you are required to see them.
100%. And yeah, I guess I'll take the diamond and leave.
Okay. In the meantime, Sid, you are heading to the suzerain.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you can get to her office, and you are immediately let upstairs.
Yep. Just look like an absolute mess.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You get into the door. It's like, what did you find?
And I'm handing over the paperwork. So, not a whole lot. Most of this information seems pretty outdated, or incomplete, but we know that they are taking Ilvem deeper north. They're headed towards someone named Inquisitor Alexia. And as far as the Beastmaster mercenaries, here is a bit of their inventory, and it also looks like they have something that they're referring to as the farm northeast of the camp that has a bunch of cave-dwelling monsters in it, as well as something called the Big One in the Woods that they're planning to surprise us with.
That sounds very concerning.
Yes. And certainly we'd be willing to help out with that, but our primary objective as of right now is to get Ilvem back. Which, if you are aware of any clerics who may be willing to join our little task force temporarily, or anyone we could potentially reach out to, I would appreciate that.
All right. Also, I actually I was looking for you to speak to you. We've received some word regarding help that you've provided.
Yes. The mercenaries. Yes.
Yes, they should be arriving soon.
Excellent. I think that perhaps, I mean, I don't know what your plans are, but perhaps putting them to use in regards to this farm may be useful.
Certainly, yes.
Potentially.
There was also a representative from Oralmar. I received word that there would be some sort of representative coming to coordinate and liaison with you.
I'm not aware of this representative. Do you know their name?
I don't. I've been getting a lot of letters today. I'm sorry, I don't have it. But yes, there was something about teleportation magic is going to be used, so things can be the mercenaries can be brought here quickly. The payment to pay the mercenaries will arrive quickly as well, and we're working on setting up a teleportation circle for all of these people to come and go.
Excellent. Well, I know that tonight I will be back at. Oh my god, I feel so bad. I keep forgetting their names. The names
Okay,
of
it's
the
been a
people we're
while.
staying
Keone
with.
Estate.
The Keone.
The Keone Estate? Yeah. Okay, thank you. I keep writing down and I keep forgetting. I know that tonight I will be at the Keone Estate. Hannibal will be dealing with some stuff with the task force, getting us all ready. But I know that soon we plan to head out and continue our hunt for Ilvem.
Right.
So I don't know when I will be back in the city, but if the representative arrives and I am not here, I will try to be back as quickly as possible.
All right. Thank you. I'll let that works. Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you again for all of your help.
I am happy to be of service. Hopefully all of this is brought to an end in our favor sooner rather than later.
Hopefully.
All right. Well, I will leave you to your business. I will leave you with the paperwork and speak to you soon, hopefully.
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
All right. Good night. I will leave.
Okay. All right. Hannibal,
Hello.
you went looking for a fortune teller?
Yep.
Okay. So you go over to the docks, you walk up and down for a little bit, and then it's not really hard. You can find, like, kind of backed up against, there's a place where the docks are kind of just like a cobblestone, like stone wharf, and it's kind of like where it backs up against the side of a building, where there is this old-looking dark purple tent, with like the opening is like draped with fabric, and there is a old faded sign that says fortune teller with a crystal ball in the middle.
Oh, great. I'll walk in.
Okay. Yeah, you walk inside, and it is, yeah, just like you almost like bump your head into stuff. There's just various trinkets and other objects and things hanging from the ceiling, or the top of the tent, and like the various poles that run across. And then there is a table with a crystal ball on it, and across from with two chairs, one closer to you, one on the other side. And the other side of the table, you see a very old woman seated at the table, who says, "Yes, can I help you?"
I was told to come here regarding potions.
Potions? I don't have any potions, but I could most likely find you someone who has them. What sort of potions are you looking for?
Healing ones.
Hmm. Simple enough. Yes, I think. Well, there's an alchemist. There's an alchemist in training in the city who comes and visits me times. Her name is Minerva. She lives 3 streets over and 2 to the right, and 3 streets in from the coast and 2 to the right. And she's been experimenting and learning, but she makes good potions. Healing potions are a quick one. They're one of the first ones you learn. So I'm sure she'd be happy to sell you some in exchange for more money to help pay for furthering her education.
I'm so dumb. I'm proficient in alchemist supplies.
Mm.
And as an artificer, I would make those little healing drafts once in a while.
Yep.
Well, all right. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Here's 5 gold for your trouble.
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you.
Bye.
Have a good day.
And just turn in.
Okay.
Yeah, I am proficient in alchemist supplies. Would I know how to make a potion of healing? Like what ingredients I'd need?
I think so. I have to look up the rules for crafting potions. I think it takes time, though.
Yeah, it
would be
does.
the only thing.
Uh,
So if you want them
Xanathar's
quickly,
Guide. Xanathar's Guide says herbalism kit for healing
oh,
potion.
okay. I would say that alchemist kit makes sense.
Takes 1 work week to make a potion of healing.
There you go.
That's a long time. All right.
Yep.
I'm gonna dip my head back into the fortune teller's hut.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, quick question.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you go and she's like lighting a very long pipe with a match.
Ooh, sweet.
Yeah.
Do you have charcoal, incense, and herbs?
Mm-hmm.
Could I buy 50 gold pieces worth?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I needed to make a familiar, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You like puts the pipe in her mouth and then just like goes rummaging through some like baskets and stuff and puts the necessary supplies on it, on like, or she sets out like a handkerchief and like puts the necessary supplies in there and then just like bundles it up and ties it with a ribbon and then just slides it across the table to you.
Okay. I hand her 50 gold.
Oh, thank you very much.
So I can cast Find Familiar 5 times if my familiar dies. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. Okay.
And then I'll make my way to the alchemist in training.
Okay, yeah. Make your way over a few streets. You can find, it would, based on her directions, like you get like a section of houses that this leads you to, but with your experience with alchemy and artifice, you are able to identify which one's hers because you can like follow this, like one of the houses just smells like alchemical ingredients. Like for anyone else, it would just smell bad, but you're just like, no, I recognize that and that and that. Like you can pick out the different scents and make your way over. But otherwise, it looks like a fairly normal house, but you can see smoke coming up out of the chimney.
Okay.
All right. A little while later, the door opens and you see a young woman with dark hair open the door, just kind of like opens it and peeks out at you. Yes, can I help you?
Hi. I was told to come here by a fortune teller. She said you might be able to help me with some potions.
Oh, Maraka sent you.
Maraka?
Yes. Sorry, Miraka.
Okay.
Miraka sent you. Yes. What were you looking for?
Just standard healing potions.
Oh, yes, I have some. How many would you like?
Fuck. 6.
That would about clean me out, but sure. How does 40 gold each sound?
Sounds perfect.
Okay, all right.
So that's...
She 240.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll go get those for you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then she closes the door and then like goes back inside, and then a few minutes later comes back and she's got one of those. It's one of those things that you use to hold milk bottles.
Oh, sweet.
Like one of those, like with a handle on it. And it's like a little box, and it's got healing potions in each of the spots.
Okay. That's 300 gold worth of potions that I got cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Here's the gold.
Oh, thank you so much.
Do you know where I could get a map of the north? Northern areas?
I don't know.
Is there like
Simmons has one.
I think
you have one in that office.
I think there's one in our office. Never mind.
That was part of the task force stuff they gave you.
Thank you.
I'm happy to help.
Have a good evening.
You too.
To Simmons.
All right. Yeah, you go into the you go down by the docks and then go over, make your way into the kind of the underground tunnel that leads you into what used to be a section of sewer but no longer smells, and into the repurposed cistern that is your task force office, where you can see Simmons just going through paperwork.
Simmons.
Yes.
I forgot how old you were.
I sometimes forget to.
I need a map of the north.
All right. How big of a map?
Compact if possible.
Mm-hmm. He goes over to some drawers. Remember, it's basically you've got
bag of holding anymore.
The entire like back side of the cistern is like just 20-foot high shelves and drawers and things, and like with it's got like one of those rolly library ladders on it. Looks like that was added after the fact, actually. But he goes up and he like starts sifting through some of the areas and like opens up a drawer and pulls one out and closes it and then climbs back down and says, "Oh, here you go. That should do it."
Thank you, Simmons. What else could I ask you for that would be useful? I got potions. That's useful.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think would be useful for going to this area?
Well, normally I would say nothing. It was a friendly territory, good food as well. But right now, I would say you ought to be well armed and.
Sid has plenty of arms for all of us.
You'll probably be fine then.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Simmons. How is everything going down here?
Very well, sir. Is there any sort of work you need me to do, or things you need me to look up or find for you?
Good question. Good question. Anything you can find about a place called The Farm?
The farm. All right. I will look up. Well, Do you have more specifics on the farm? Because that could be
it
a
has
lot of
it
things.
has a collection of cave-based creatures.
All right, I'll do my best.
So maybe if you can find any information about the buying and selling of these kind of creatures, ropers and piercers, most specifically.
I can find out things about that. Yes.
Excellent. I think that's all.
All right.
Here, have 2 gold pieces.
Oh, thank you, sir. You're too kind.
I'm a new person. All right. Have a good night.
You as well.
I'll take the map.
Okay.
How big is it?
It unfolds to be about like a couple feet by a couple feet.
Okay, I'll say 2. Okay, map of. What is it a map of?
Northern Kukui.
Okay. Cool. And then I'm gonna leave and head to the house, the Keone estate. Or wait, did I get everything that I was gonna get today? Potions. Find familiar components. Diamond. Yep. I'm gonna head back to the Keone estate.
Okay. So you'll both get back to the estate. Sid, you get back there first.
Mm-hmm.
Are you just heading to bed, or
I am going to.
Drusilla goes to bed?
Yeah.
Oh,
On.
I give Drusilla. I'm gonna run it. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, you're okay. You're all right.
I got excited.
I was gonna say on the paperwork that I gave, were there any signatures of importance on any of that paperwork?
Not really, no.
Okay, never mind. Then yeah, I'm basically going to well, first I'm going to ask Drew before she goes to bed if she can track an object.
How do you mean?
Like if you're looking for like a very specific object or a specific like plant or animal or whatever, if she can do that
Magically or
magically.
magically? Okay.
If she can track a thing.
That would be locate objects. Let me see.
Druids do get that spell.
They do. Oh, that's right. And druids don't have spells known. They just get spells, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, druids. I think that would be a locate object is within the spells that Drew could cast. It's
Okay.
1,000-foot radius though, so you need to get within 1,000 feet of it.
Got it. So I'm just going to casually remind Drew that Ilvem is wearing a rainbow geode pendant that I gave them.
She says you may need to remind her again when she's feeling more present.
Yeah, got it.
Yep.
Get out of here. Then I'm going to bed.
Okay.
I'm gonna go into knock on Drusilla's door.
Okay.
Drusilla,
Yeah, what, Hannibal?
I have a diamond for you.
Oh, I'll take that.
It's 300 gold pieces worth.
So I'll come over to the door and open it up.
Also, here's a potion of healing. I bought 6.
Oh, thank you.
Try to use this tomorrow, if you have to.
What's tomorrow?
I don't know. Never mind. Use it if. Oh, okay. Bye.
Okay, bye.
I'm gonna knock on Sid's door.
Okay.
So he was-
Sid's passed out, but like the door is unlocked.
I'm gonna open it.
Out like a light, dead to the world.
I'm going to take out a piece of parchment and write, "It's a gift," and put it on like a night bedside table with where the potion of and put a potion of healing and put this piece of parchment on the potion of healing. Okay. And a bottle of wine. One of my 2 bottles of wine that aren't terrible. Oh wait, no. Yeah, no. Yeah. Okay, and I'm gonna turn around, walk out. Go to. Wait, how many? I gave both Drew and Sid a potion of healing, so I'm down to 4. And I'm gonna go to my room and start the process of the, who knows how long it takes, but the process of creating a spell.
Okay. Which one are you gonna work on?
The one I sent you, that's like the secret, like little safe pocket place for Moloch.
Okay. I actually wanted to talk to you about that one because the
Okay.
I was looking at the spell it's based on.
Yeah,
The spell it's based on isn't extra dimensional.
right.
And the one, so your version is very similar to like Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion or a demi. Actually, it's very similar to a demi plane, which is like a way higher level spell.
Yeah. I'll try working on the other one then.
Okay. Okay.
It's just a
while you're
standard
working-
potion of healing, right?
Yep.
while you're working on that, give me an Arcana check to see how much progress you make.
Ooh, man. 17 plus 6.
Okay. Mark down somewhere in your notes or character sheet. Mark down 1 success on that spell.
Okay.
It'll take time, and I'll ask you to roll. It will take a certain number of successes for you
All
to
right.
complete it.
And then everyone's going to see Hannibal's new spell. 1 success. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess, yeah, that'll take me a decent amount of time to figure that out. So I'll do that.
Yeah. Okay.
And then eventually sleep.
Okay. All right. You all wake up the next morning in the
Yay!
Keone estate.
Long rest.
Get your long rest. Prepare your spells if you have them.
Roll a d6.
Prep 'em
plus
if you got 'em.
4. I get all my charges back on my Staff of Defense because I only used
Nice.
1. Spells. Yeah, I'll be doing that. So.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right. You told. Sorry, real quick. It slipped my mind. You said you gave the Keone estate as the location for the Orlamar representative whenever they
Yes.
showed up. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I basically said I will be here, but I don't know how long I'll be here. At least
Mhm.
overnight.
Okay.
On Sid's door.
Okay.
There's
I
a
wake
gift
up.
for you on your table, and I'm gonna run downstairs.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
I pick up the healing potion, and there's a bottle of wine there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I look at it. Does it look good?
Is that one of the ones you found in the town?
It's one of the ones that wasn't spoiled.
But is it one of the ones you found in the town?
Yeah.
Okay. There isn't a label on it. You would recognize this is one of the ones that you found in the abandoned town while you were traveling through. It was on your way to Kukui. It was on the way to the Windwell.
And everyone did see Hannibal chuck the spoiled ones into the woods. Just
Yes, and Hannibal, after Drusilla drank one of the spoiled ones and got horribly sick, Hannibal identified which ones were spoiled, and this is not one of them. So it is well corked and preserved, very, very old wine.
Cool. I will add a bottle of very old wine.
Okay.
Sick. The first thing that Sid's going to do in the morning, other than grabbing the gifts, is going to be a little bit of training to hopefully get a little bit closer to being able to do Ascendant Surge.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and make me a wisdom check in your training.
You got it. What's my wisdom again? Okay. It's a 6.
Okay.
It's not good.
Yeah, you're having a hard time getting the rising surge going at this point. Like it's without the adrenaline of the life or death situation when you
Mhm.
activated it last time. It's just you can't like bring yourself to really do it.
Dang it. Okay.
Yeah. It's like I'm trying to think of an example, but there's those things where it's like if you're not doing it for real, like your body like resists it because you start to get to the point where it starts to like you can feel it start to tax your body and your body just like backs down away from it.
Fair enough. Then I will get some breakfast
Okay.
and meet up with Hannibal and
Okay.
Xanorn if he's awake.
Yep. Oh yeah, he's down there eating breakfast.
So I'd be sitting in the garden, and I have like the brass brazier between my legs. I'm sitting cross-legged with it, and I'm tossing all the Find Familiar components in it.
Okay. So this would probably be you would see Sid probably training in the garden then while you're doing
Yeah,
this.
I'm hiding in some bushes.
Okay.
No, just being very quiet. And I'm gonna ritually cast for the hour Find Familiar, but instead of a bat, I'm bringing Abacus in as a raven,
Ooh, nice.
a white raven
Ooh, fancy.
with red eyes.
Ah! Ah!
Yes. Hello, Abacus.
Ah!
How are you doing today?
Ah! Ah!
Wonderful.
This is your Hannibal. You can hear Hannibal in this cawing sound.
Cool.
It takes an hour.
Yeah, probably about the same amount of time as Sid is spending training.
Gonna go up to Hannibal. Did you get everything done that you needed to
Yes.
last night?
I bought a diamond for Drew. She has it now. I bought 6 healing potions. I have 4 on me in my bandolier.
Excellent.
And I have a map of Northern Kukui.
Excellent.
And I have
I'm gonna-
Simmons researching whatever the farm might be, just to see if he can uncover anything.
Okay. Sounds good. Can I take a look at the map?
Yes.
Fantastic. Can I sort of mark down where that encampment was last night?
Yes, you can.
Cool.
You get. Let me. Yeah, you based on where you can. Based on what you can see, you were most of the way to Iaka. You were nearly to the northern city. Like that pretty much was like south of town at that point, so you were getting close, which means that you would probably guess that if Ilvem is kept anywhere, they are being kept in or near the city of Iaka.
How do you spell that?
Iaka.
So that's our destination.
That is my best guess.
Right.
Okay. So, I think the only thing left to do is I really want to see if there's a cleric or someone who's, proficient in divine magic who can join our little task force for this trip. That would certainly make me feel a lot better if we had someone else on board to help with the healy wheelies and such.
Yeah. And if all else fails, I bought us potions of healing. So.
Cool. Did you get in contact with Lucas?
Not yet. No. I
You
have to wait till today, but I'll do that right now.
Okay,
With
cool.
you right here. Oh man,
Okay.
that's a 3rd level spell slot.
I mean, I don't have to be here. Like, I can leave if it makes you uncomfortable.
No.
or
It's
something.
just I didn't want to use any 3rd level spell slots today. How long does it look like this trip will take us to get to Iaka?
Oh, it was to just to get to the camp. It was more. You needed to camp in
Okay,
order
cool.
to get to.
Cool. All right.
So
Yeah.
it's more than a day's trip.
I don't want to be low on stuff. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Cast send in to talk to Lucas Gislaine.
Okay.
But before I do, what should I ask?
They're an ex-inquisitor, yes?
I believe so.
They were
at-
what the information you got from the suzerain when you got your when you got the task force basically was that she was like, yeah, this place used to belong to an agent of Ferrithin back during the war named Lucas Gislaine.
And we were like, oh shit.
And you were like, we know that guy. And she's like, there's a lot of people looking for that guy.
Yeah.
Do we know that guy? I don't.
Drew and Hannibal do.
Ah.
Um.
I guess ask him if he knows about any potential hideouts
Okay.
in Iaka.
Okay.
Maybe places we could look.
All right.
Any other relevant information? I don't know. That's kind of all I can
Yeah,
think
I
of.
can't think of anything. All right, I'm gonna cast Sending.
Okay.
Hello, Lucas. It is Hannibal. I hope you remember me. Do you know of any Inquisitor hideouts in Iyaka? Any information would be appreciated. Thanks. 25.
Okay. Okay, the response you get back is gonna be, hey there, Hannibal. Can't say I'm terribly familiar with any sort of Inquisitor business. Don't know why you think I would be.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I relate everything he says. Yeah, I kind of figured that might happen. I think that might be a dead end. I don't want to push him.
Okay. Well, I mean, we asked. So, all right, then I think next thing on the list is to try and find a cleric who might be willing to help us out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to do?
No.
Okay.
I'm ready to leave whenever we leave.
Okay, let's go try and hunt down a cleric. Xanorn, would you like to join us?
Sure. Are you inside like the kitchen at this point?
Yeah, I think
Sure.
we went in. We're
Okay.
like nibbling on some fruit.
Okay. You're gonna hear a knock at the front door then.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you can get there. You can see the Keonis like getting up from like a reading room, but they see you going to answer, and they're just like, if it's
all
one
right.
of our, if it's one of our friends, then just send them in here.
Will do.
All right.
I open door. I check if there's a peephole. I check through peephole, and then I open door.
There's not a peephole, no. There's like, and it's like that warbly stained glass on the top, so you can't really. You can see two humanoid shapes, but
Oh,
you
that's
can't
cool.
see. Yeah. You can't
Okay.
see details.
I open door.
Okay, you are brought face to face with one Beriadin and an ambassador Iranian.
Oh, these
Oh.
motherfuckers.
No.
And you see Beriadin is the one who was doing the knocking, and then the ambassador turns and looks at you and says, "Well, Sidhariel, you have been busy, haven't you?"
But
Yep.
Great.
Kicking ass, taking names. Would you like to come in?
I would love to, yes. I believe I'm here on official business.
Well then, please come in. Have you met the Ionis before?
I can't say I have, no.
Oh, well then I should introduce you. And I will take them to meet the lovely people we're staying with.
Okay, which is Etu and Runa Keoni.
Allow me to introduce you to Etu and Runa Keoni.
Very nice to meet you. You have a lovely home here.
This guy's gross.
And you can, Hannibal, you can hear the greasy voice of that ambassador from down the hallway, and you remember
Knew
this. You remember his voice from the night you threatened him in the Onyx Cat.
I will go make myself acquainted.
Okay, so you just go walking in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hannibal,
turn-
it seems we have a visitor.
Great. Hello.
Hello to you as well.
Well, fantastic. Now that introductions have been made, I believe we have some things to discuss. And Hannibal, you had a little errand to run.
Yep. Yep.
Well, don't let me keep you, Hannibal.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. And then,
If you want, Hannibal,
oh,
you can stop by the suzerain, perhaps. I let her know that we were looking for someone to join the task force, and she may have a few names for you.
all right. Oh, by the way, just so you know, last time we spoke, I'm a prince now.
Oh, are you?
I am.
Oh, is your brother still in town?
Oh, he might be. I should go talk to him and see if I can get
Yeah,
any help from my mother, the queen. So,
yeah.
bye, greaseball.
Be nice, Hannibal.
That was nice.
I know.
And I leave.
Well, can I make you any tea?
No, thank you. I think we should get straight to business.
Of course.
So, I understand that you have, you and your family are getting involved in the civil war down here, hiring mercenaries on the locals' behalf?
Yes, it seems that the other side of this conflict has aligned themselves quite heavily with the Inquisitors. And so we have deemed it necessary to get involved any way that we can to potentially stop the spread of the Inquisitor influence. We believed it in everybody's best interest. Or at least in our best interest.
Yes, well, and while I can certainly see your side of that, given that you and your family don't have much history or experience in international politics, I elected to volunteer myself to come down and provide you aid and supervision in this endeavor to make sure that the good name of our nation is maintained in this international situation.
Oh, well, that is certainly very kind of you, and I am more than grateful for your assistance.
Well, perhaps you can appraise me of the situation then, as to what exactly is going on and what it is you're doing, so that I can do my job to the greatest capacity that I can.
Of course, of course. Well, currently, myself and my compatriots are involved in a task force of sorts to rescue a few individuals who were kidnapped, abducted by the Inquisitor force. That is a small band and it is not directly related to the Wayfarer name, so that is not something that you necessarily need concern yourself with. But as far as the mercenaries that myself and my family have elected to employ on behalf of the side that we're on is the turncoats.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. That we have elected to employ on behalf of the turncoats, however, we are looking into we're still gathering details and information on it, but it seems that there are some other mercenaries on the other side of the conflict who consider themselves beastmasters of sorts. And it seems they have set up a farm, perhaps in a cave system to the northeast of this location, and I'll kind of pull out the map. And they have quite a few different beasts that they seem to be raising in that area, as well as something that they simply refer to as the big one in the woods that I believe they are planning to use for a surprise attack on the city or the turncoat forces. And so currently, I've been talking with the suzerain about specifics, but that is where we are looking at directing the majority of the merchant force that we will be. That is where we are looking at directing most of the mercenary forces that we will be employing, is to this effort, but we're still gaining information on that.
I see. Now, I'm sure you wouldn't mind providing all of that in a written report that I can send to the Council of Elders in order to provide accountability for your family's actions in hiring foreign mercenaries in external conflicts. These sorts of things can make the elders nervous when done without proper paperwork.
Of course, of course. Um, Anything that I would be writing up currently would be based mostly on nothing solid, because we're still gathering information, and we certainly won't be sending mercenaries into any situation that we are not fully aware of. Sorry, one moment.
This guy's greasy.
I know, right?
I don't like it. Oh, I fucking hate this guy so much.
Mm-hmm.
I want to kill him. Just want to kill him. Hey, nobody will know. Nobody will know a thing.
All right. In the meantime.
Oh, I didn't even realize chat was telling me to say I was a king or a prince. Cool, cool, cool. Nice.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
I'm so sorry about that.
You're good.
I had to talk to the Susan really quick. So yes, nothing has been solidified yet, but the minute that we intend to put the mercenary forces to work, I will be more than willing to fill out the necessary paperwork.
Well, the hiring process alone is certainly worth documenting at this time. So,
Of course.
if you would be so inclined to doing so, so that the Elder Council can continue approving your efforts, so they're not, we don't have to run into any sort of messy situations.
Of course, yes.
All right. Well, I am.
Did I think I already filled out paperwork regarding the hiring of the mercenaries. Is that correct?
You did stuff with the. You filled out Kukui paperwork. You never filled out Oralmar paperwork, and
Got it.
you're not entirely sure how actually necessary this is, but it seems like given your diplomatic and noble knowledge of how things works, it seems that he is just inserting himself into this situation and has found a way that, like, he's technically not wrong and can in his capacity as an ambassador, if he's supposed to be here, ask you to write this paperwork out.
Cool. So I will, of course, write out the paperwork. I want to be as absolutely bullshit bureaucratic about it as possible.
Okay.
Like, I want to, like, have all the information that I need to satisfy the basic requirements, but I don't want to give, like, everything away.
Okay.
Like, I want to go full bureaucratic bullshit about this.
All right. So he's still here for the moment. He's basically been like, do that later and then get it to me. But he says, I understand that these mercenaries you hired should be arriving later today. Would you be available to survey the troops you hired so we can get a sense of what it is exactly that... who exactly are these mercenaries that will be representing the interests of Oralmar in this foreign conflict?
Potentially. I will need to speak to the suzerain, because unfortunately the mission that the Anti-Inquisitor Task Force will be going on is also very delicately timed. I should be able to, but in the event that I am not, I would be more than willing to allow the suzerain to look over the troops in my stead.
So you would be leaving the supervision of a force hired under your family's name to just completely have a blank check? No supervision from you whatsoever after their arrival in the city?
Oh, well, of course I will supervise them once I am in need of them. As I said, we don't currently have plans to implement their service.
I see. So, but they are going to be arriving in the city, and you've done so without a plan, is what you're telling me.
We have a plan, we just simply want more information before we send anybody into a dangerous situation.
I see. Well, I will certainly await that paperwork. I will be finding lodging at this point, but I will send word to.
So you're telling me that you arrived in the city without a plan of where you'd be staying?
Well, I arrived in the city and came to speak to you as soon as possible in order to do my job as quickly as I can. Where I'm staying is not my job. Speaking to you is.
Interesting. Well, as soon as you are aware of where you'll be staying, you can go ahead and let me know. And if I am not around, you can go ahead and let the suzerain know.
I certainly will.
Excellent. And then I will fill out that paperwork immediately and get it to you as soon as possible. And
Wonderful.
if I am around, I'm waiting for Hannibal to get back from that little errand, and then I will know. I will either be there to meet the troops, or someone else will be in my stead.
Fantastic. Looking forward to working with you in this endeavor.
Of course. I am once again grateful that you've taken time out of your extremely busy schedule to come see what I'm up to.
Well, when one of our noble families involves themselves in a foreign war, that's certainly worth making time for.
Of course.
All right. Well, I think that's all I need from you for now. So, I will send word to you when I know where you can send that paperwork.
Of course. It will be ready and waiting.
Wonderful. He's gonna stand up, and then he's gonna slight incline of the head to you. Goes down the hall to thank the Keonis for their hospitality. Turn back, one more look at you from down the hall, and then he's going to leave.
Fantastic. I will walk him out like the good host
Okay.
I am.
Okay. All right. All right. In the meantime, Hannibal.
I guess I'm making my way to the suzerain.
Okay. Make me a perception check while you're heading to the suzerain's office.
I'm terrible at those.
Okay.
19 minus 1, 18.
Okay. As you're walking, you start passing by several windows, and you will immediately notice your reflection changes. You're walking along, and it's like your reflection in a window next to you, and then all of a sudden there's like a shift, and it is no longer your reflection; it is somebody else's reflection. You turn to look at it. You can see Lucas staring back at you through your reflection in the window. Hi, how's it going, Mr. Hannibal, sir?
It's going. Why did I do the same accent? It's going all right. What can I do for you?
I was just wondering why you happened to ask me information about the whereabouts of potential Inquisitor bases.
Someone told us you might have information regarding them.
Did they now? Now I'm gonna need you to talk quite a bit here.
Like who told me?
Yeah, who told you? What did they tell you? What exactly do you know? What do people know? I'm very curious here.
An ambassador. Who told me? That's a good question.
It was the suzerain.
I know, but I don't want to say that.
Oh, okay.
Because have a feeling that's not. Things aren't good.
Ambassador Hirion told you.
I'm gonna say that.
Ambassador who now?
Irion?
Who is that?
I don't know. Just someone who says Lucas Kislane might have information regarding the Inquisitors.
Hmm. Who is who ambassador to where? From what who is this
Oromar.
person? And to from there to where?
I'm not sure, but he's currently here in Akitu at the Kionius.
Oh, okay. So you're in. You're in the city. You're in the Kukui city of Aketu. That's where you are.
Yes, he just stopped by to tell us that he knows people who have information on Inquisitor business. Because our one sibling was kidnapped, so we're trying to find them. And he said,
kidnapped
ask
by
Inquisitors. He said, ask this person; they know everything there is about Inquisitors.
Oh, great. Kidnapped by Inquisitors?
I think so.
And an ambassador came and told you.
Yes, the ambassador has connections to one of our group, so the ambassador gave us information. They're a real greaseball. I don't like them personally.
What's your situation looking like over down there in Aketu? Out of curiosity.
Well, I'm a prince.
Say again.
I'm a prince to Queen Enlin, so well, I'm her.
Who is Queen Anne? I'm sorry, you might.
She's a queen. She's just a queen. So
okay, a queen. All right.
But yeah, we're going to be leaving at some point today, tomorrow, perhaps.
They like you. They like you up there. They're down there.
I don't really care. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right.
Why?
Prince, huh? Well, you're a prince, and got ambassadors talking to you and stuff.
What do you need me to do?
I'm just I might not be if I may level with you, Hannibal, I might not be the most welcome person in the city of Aketu.
That's what this ambassador told us.
Well, the Inquisitors, Farathan, quite a few groups are looking for me.
The Inquisitors are looking for you?
Oh, yes.
Then you would want us to stop them, yes?
Well, now, I don't know if you ever heard this phrase, Hannibal, but it's a good one to live by, which is if you're good at something, never do it for free.
Right.
So, now, if you happen to have a fair amount of pull with the people of Aketu,
probably do currently, yes.
I could certainly provide you assistance in exchange for a promise of amnesty for former crimes committed.
Depends on the former crimes. What were they?
Well, it was, all in just the realm of my duties as a Farathan spy back in the war.
I understand. How good?
The word war criminal has been thrown around a bit.
How good of a spy are you?
Oh, I am very good.
Very good.
I'm still alive today, and I've got 3 countries looking for me. Well, 2.5, depending on how you count them.
I am currently on the way to speak to the suzerain of this place.
Are you now?
After my meeting,
How is Suzerain Dalen doing these days?
Not too sure. After my meeting with her, I will bring up the possibility of amnesty for you, and I will get back to you with a response.
I can provide.
Do you do assassinations by any chance?
Less assassinations. I'm less my
political sabotage.
A little bit. My main skills are a bit of stealth and espionage, but My primary skills fall in the magical variety.
Same, as you know. What
Uh, yeah.
what are we talking? What kinds of skills?
Well, I don't know if you know this, but
Clerical by any chance?
yes.
Fuck. All right. I will.
Always been the case.
We need a we need a cleric. So I will talk to the suzerain and let you know what happens. I am a prince. I should have some pull.
If you can give me a promise for amnesty, I will make my way there lickety split, and I will do whatever you need me to help you with this Inquisitor problem.
Wonderful. And about this ambassador, do you have any plans for them? I will look the other way. I'm not too fond of them. They're
Why
kind
would I
of.
have plans? Why would I want to piss off another country? What? I'm
Nobody.
curious how he knows about me.
Nobody would know. I am a prince.
I
I can cover
I'm
things
not-
up.
I'm not in the habit of pissing anyone else off lately.
All right. Well, I guess I should be honest. It wasn't him that told us. I thought you were trying to kill me or something.
Well,
You can probably imagine who told us. But I will go have a meeting with the suzerain and I'll let you know how it goes.
all right.
How good are you at disguises, just in case?
I'm pretty good.
But then, if you have to disguise yourself, you have to disguise yourself and come here. I will make it worth your while.
If you can't give me the amnesty, I'm not helping. So that's priority number one here. That is the bargaining chip you have,
Yep.
and if you're not,
Alright. I will attempt that and I'll let you know what happens.
fantastic.
When would you be
If
here
they-
by?
I could probably be there by the morning.
Alright. I am going to have my meeting now.
All right.
I'm just going to keep walking.
Good luck. Yeah. As you keep walking, he stays he basically is your reflection in everything you see, and you can hear his voice coming from windows and puddles and
I would
things.
very much appreciate you teaching me that spell, by the way.
Oh, it's not a spell, and he holds up a ring on his finger.
That's fuck. How much for the ring?
Give me the amnesty, and we'll talk about
Excellent.
other things.
And I'm gonna run to the suzerains.
Okay.
I really
Okay.
want- The ambassador sucks, man.
There's so much political stuff
It's
happening
like,
right
can you
now.
assassinate this ambassador? Cool. Let's continue.
Okay. So
Oh,
yeah,
bad.
you can head over to the suzerain's office, and you are immediately let right up to the top floor.
Hello.
Hello again.
So we are getting things in order. I think it makes most sense that we're going to be leaving tomorrow.
All right.
I sort of just rushed over here. I didn't really have a plan to come over here. But Sid needed some privacy, so here I am.
I see.
Why that ambassador, by the way? He's a greaseball.
I'm sorry. What?
Never mind. I don't think. Were you in charge of hiring or reaching out to the ambassador of Oromar?
No, he just showed up.
Oh, he's a greaseball. You shouldn't trust him.
All right, noted.
Just out of experience, he's evil.
If you say so, your Highness.
I think that's right. I think
She is a Triton.
I
technically
think,
you outrank
that's
her.
Right, she's a Triton. I
Yeah.
think he's just not to be trusted. So maybe keep a close eye on him while he's here.
All right, we can do that.
And also, don't give him a good place to stay. He's kind of a dick.
I'll do my best.
Also, we found someone who could help us majorly on our task to go to this Inquisitor encampment and help us out.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Here's the kicker. They want amnesty. Now, the person
Amnesty.
we are talking about is Lucas Ghislaine.
Oh,
They reached out to me and said they could aid in this sort of endeavor, but they'd want amnesty. And we really need someone to help us out, and Lucas does seem like a good candidate. He has knowledge of Inquisitors. I can take the brunt of the responsibility for him while he's here.
do you know what that man did?
No, but he said crimes.
Yes, infiltrated the city's criminal underground and made connections with nearly every faction within the city, played them against each other. He's more or less one of the reasons why there is a loyalist movement at all that is as capable as it is.
Don't we think it might be in our interest to let the person who sort of started it help put an end to it? Maybe that's his punishment. You have to help us fix this, you dick.
Make me a persuasion check.
Fuck, I'm not good at
please.
those.
You can do it. I believe it. Here comes that natural 20.
No joke! That 20.
Is it actually?
Yeah, no joke. Not moving. Here.
Okay, all right.
I can't. My webcam's stuck, but
That's
seriously.
fine. Okay.
Woo!
Yeah, all right.
Holy fuck!
All right.
Oh, man.
She's like, she
Yes!
For a
takes
21.
a deep breath.
For a 21.
Yeah, she takes a deep breath and just goes,
Holy fuck.
well, you make a good point, and as prince, you do have the authority to give that amnesty through my office.
Oh, shit. What else can I do?
I'm not entirely sure all of your powers, but
Could I imprison someone?
if what?
What?
Sorry, what?
Could I imprison someone?
Potentially.
Good to know.
Yes, if he provides you enough aid and you think he will be of help, then yes, we can provide him amnesty from his previous crimes.
Oh boy. And this could very well backfire, yes?
Potentially, but if he will aid you in getting your sibling back and helping to end this war, then, well, everything has its cost.
And if he doesn't keep up his end of the bargain, execution?
Oh, absolutely.
Cool. I should probably let him know that. But yeah, also, yeah, don't trust this ambassador from Oromar. Just letting you know once again.
Noted.
There's something up about them. I'm not too sure, but they're not okay.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Also, he smells like poo, so.
All right.
I heard he doesn't bathe, and I heard. So, you didn't hear this
Honestly,
from me.
if it's all the same to you, Your Majesty,
He kidnaps
all of
children.
these surface dwellers kind of smell funny to me.
They do. I didn't want to say anything, but it's very true. But I also heard he kidnaps children. So I mean,
Oh dear.
you know, like those noble. Well, not all noble people, but people in those kind of higher ranks. They like to like bathe in blood and stuff like that. And
Oh, good heavens.
he's terrible. Yeah, wouldn't trust him with anything. All right. Thank you. I guess I'll have to contact Lucas, and they'll be here by the morning.
All right.
Uh,
I'll notify the guard that he shouldn't be arrested on site, as is the current standing order.
and could you have him sent to the Keone estate?
Yes,
I think he should stay there.
most likely.
And
yes.
not somewhere where someone might kill him in his sleep.
Mhm.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yes, of course. Always a pleasure, Your Majesty.
It's definitely a pleasure. Thank you. And I'm gonna leave. And as I'm leaving, cast sending again.
Okay.
First, I'm gonna cast sending. Yeah, and talk to Lucas. Hello, Lucas. You have amnesty. Meet me at the Keone estate in Akitu.
You are a god among men and an absolute gentleman and a scholar.
Mm-hmm.
I will be arriving through my old office. See you
Oh fuck.
tomorrow morning.
Oh no. That's where Simmons is.
Something
Yeah.
usually.
He's gonna scare Simmons to death. I'm gonna run down to that place next,
Okay.
and just let Simmons know that someone's going to be appearing down here.
Okay.
Like, Simmons, we are going to be having a guest appearing down here initially.
All right. Sounds strange, but all right.
Don't call the guards. He has amnesty now.
All right.
It's a Lucas Gislaine.
Oh, good heavens.
He has amnesty, so it's all good.
All right. Thank you for letting me know.
He's helping with the task force, and if he doesn't, he's being executed. So, oh, I should have told him that. Oops. I'll let him know when he gets here. You want to hear you're being executed, possibly in person.
I certainly would, yes.
Well, good luck, Simmons. Good job, everything with what you do.
Thank you.
Keep kicking.
Yes, sir.
And then I'm gonna run back to the Keone estate.
Okay. Get back just in time to see Sid, I believe, writing a report.
Yep, 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 yep.
Is Greasy
And
gone?
I'm doing it in such a way that it is very apparent that my primary role in the hiring of these mercenaries is supplying the suzerain and the turncoats with the currency necessary to hire the mercenaries.
I see.
So I want to give myself a little bit of that responsibility leeway. It's like I'm giving you the money, and what you do with it is your business. Kind of deal. And I'm going to eventually need to go to the suzerain and probably have them fill out some of the paperwork and stuff with that. But blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I'm getting started, perhaps finished with that paperwork.
Okay. Yeah, so you get back. I'm assuming you're writing this all in Elvish.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, Hannibal, you arrive back and find Sid writing away in Elvish.
Is the ambassador still here?
No, Ambassador's gone.
Thank God. Oh, okay, he's gone. Good.
Yeah, I had no idea that he was going to be showing up.
Yeah, what a greaseball.
I mean, I suspected it when I was told there was going to be an ambassador from Oromar, considering that he is the ambassador from Oromar. But I certainly didn't know. I don't know if my grandparents are aware of it, so I should probably see if I can contact them.
I had a little fun
At some point today.
I had a little fun when I was at the suzerains. I'm sorry. I told the suzerain not to trust the ambassador.
Honestly, that's great. Can I also ask you for a help with a major power move that I would like to make?
Sure. First, though, I found this
Yes.
cleric.
You did?
They'll be here tomorrow morning. It's Lucas Gislaine. We have promised, and me and the suzerain have agreed to give him amnesty to help us, but if he refuses to help us, he will be executed most quickly. But we have a cleric and he owes me a big favor, so...
Alright.
But what's this big power move you need?
So, the mercenaries that the suzerain and the turncoats are hiring using my family's currency will be arriving tonight. So it sounds like we need to stick around anyway.
Yes.
So that works out. So I need to be around to essentially do a troop viewing to make sure that they are A-okay. How would you and your brother like to join me?
Sure. I'll have to figure out where he is. But
Is he still in the city? I don't think it's been that long since he showed up.
maybe.
Did he leave? Is he still
Well,
here?
I got a way to find out. I'm gonna use my last third level spell slot for the day.
Okay.
And contact Prince Karzus.
Mm-hmm.
And say, hey, bro. Are you still in the city? Sid is looking over troops and asked if we'd like to join.
Bro! Yeah, I'm still staying at the suzerain's place where we had that sick brunch. Always happy to hang out with bros and proxy bros.
I will repeat all that.
Awesome. Fantastic. Then let me just finish up this little bit of paperwork, and then we will head over to the suzerain and finish up the paperwork, and then go hang out with your brother, and then we can go do the troop viewing when they arrive.
Yep, and then
Or wait, what time is it right now? Like at this point?
Noon.
Noon?
Oof.
Okay, well then, in that case, let's go find, oh god, what's her name? She's the one who originally helped me get a hold of my family.
Oh, I have her name right here. Dathlin.
Dathlin. I remember she told me that I could get a hold of her when I wanted to contact them again, but I don't know specifically how to get a hold of her.
She works out of that bathhouse where they're using their water-based communications magic.
Okay, fantastic. Then I need to go to a bathhouse really quick. That's not really a bathhouse, but that I can use to get a hold of my family. And then we go to the suzerain's office.
alright. Okay. Alright.
Sid just sighs.
That's the
Just sitting there.
That's the plan for the day, I suppose.
I
Oh, I also told the suzerain not to house the ambassador anywhere nice, like put him in a shithole, basically.
Oh my god, that's so awesome.
I know. I'm a prince. I outrank the suzerain.
I love that. I love that for you, and I really love that for me right now too.
That means
Like, let me just say that.
means
Like,
I could technically order your ambassador around here, maybe, or order the guards to just throw him in jail because he sucks.
that would probably cause a war with Ulramar. Unfortunately,
Diplomatic immunity.
diplomatic immunity. As much as I hate him, unfortunately, we have to work with him in order to get done what we want done, but I definitely do not trust him and where he stands on this side of the conflict. The best thing that I can tell is that he wants to see me fail and eat shit, so that it'll ruin my family's name further.
It would have been really unfortunate if he came along with us and he just happened to die.
It'd be very unfortunate.
Why do you think?
But
do you think he'd come
no, he's a fantastic warrior. I doubt it would happen.
along? I mean,
But
unless he's not looking,
I'm-
and I throw a fireball from behind.
I'm definitely the less that he knows, the better right now, because I do not trust him as far as I can throw him. I do not trust that he is on this side of the conflict. If he had to pick a side, I do not trust that he's actually working with us, which is why I need to tell my family, and why I'm keeping this, lifts up a bunch of paperwork, as basic as possible
Yes.
to remove some of the responsibility from my house, as well as to keep him as in the dark as possible. Because if he is on the other side of this conflict, I don't want him passing along any information.
And if he is on the other side of the conflict, we kill him. Done. Easy.
I mean,
All the turncoats just kill him, and we chop him up into tiny little pieces.
that'd be great. That'd be so awesome. I wish we could do that. But no, on politics. Politics.
I'm a
I hate
prince.
him. I really hate him. Like, I knew that he was probably gonna show up, but like, oh my god, I wanted to close the door in his face so bad.
Why do you hate him so bad? Is he just like abusive? Is he a piece of shit? Is he just a piece of shit?
I show off the giant scar
right.
across my chest. He almost killed me.
That's what you told us that.
He also just hates my family because I think he had a thing for my mom once upon a time. And
So-
she like said, "Hey, go fuck yourself."
So what you're saying is like, no, never mind.
Like, have you ever it's not a good book series because the author is a piece of shit. But have you ever heard of this weird book series called Harry Potter?
Yes.
There's like this character called like Sneverus Snop or whatever the fuck.
Oh. Yeah.
He has like that syndrome. Like he's kind of like that.
But like.
Like was in love with my mom and is pissed that my mom didn't love him back.
But he's not irredeemable at the end.
I,
Eh? Yeah.
I don't think so. I think he's garbage.
You know what you do with garbage?
You throw it out. But
Or you
unfortunately,
incinerate it.
or you incinerate it. But unfortunately, this garbage is a diplomat and an
Well,
ambassador, and very important politically.
I could make him not important politically as a prince.
It's
Political
different
sabotage.
because he's not an ambassador to the country you're a prince from. There's a lot more hoops to jump through.
Lucas Ghislaine is a really good spy as well.
You want to know what? Maybe.
If you can't kill them, you kill them with. I don't know.
Definitely, I would like some eyes on what he is doing. That would be fantastic. But first and foremost, my grandparents need to be aware
Yep.
of the fact that he is here, because I don't know if they know. And I need to have them double check the paperwork so that everything's good. And then we talk to the suzerain, and then we go do that troop viewing with you and your brother, because that's a fucking power move.
Yes. Wait, how's the power move? Because we're both princes?
Yeah.
And he's kind of a smug asshole who thinks he's better than me?
Yeah. Oh no, he 100% did not believe when you said you were a prince.
Well,
So,
great.
eat shit and die.
I can threaten him. You touch Sid, you will die.
Okay, so let's go visit.
Once I get polymorph, I can turn him into a fish.
You know.
And it does.
No, you know. Why in the hell do I keep forgetting their names, no matter how much I write it down? Help me, please, house we are staying at.
The Keonis.
Keonis.
The Keonis. Please spell it for me.
Keoni. Keoni.
Okay.
Etu and Runa.
Yep.
Thank you. I'm gonna remember them. It's gonna happen. At some point, I have to. How... They know a lot of people, right?
Presumably.
Do you... No, they're nice people. They probably
They're
don't
very
know
nice
any...
people.
They probably don't know any spies.
I know a spy.
You know a spy, but he's gonna be a spy hanging out with us. I kind of want a different spy fully dedicated to creeping on Ethereon.
I could ask the suzerain if they have anyone who's good at sneaking around. And, I mean, I'm a prince. I outrank her. I could...
Don't just tell her what to do. That's mean.
No. I mean, I could, look into it. Like I said, don't trust him. Keep a close eye on him while he's here. So maybe that's what's gonna happen.
Maybe. You wanna know what? Just because I can, I'm gonna go check in on E2 and Runa.
Okay. Yeah, they're hanging out. They're just having a quiet middle of the day. They're just like snacking on a light lunch. Etu is knitting, and Runa is like organizing her book collection.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry to bother you. We'll be stepping out soon. Lots to do today. If there's anything that you need while we're out, feel free to let me know. I did have a quick question for you, and part of me assumes the answer is no, but I figured I would ask anyway. You are well connected. Do you perhaps know anybody who, there's really no nice way to say it. Do you perhaps know anybody who maybe is, involved in the field of spy work?
What? Oh no, they died. No, not locally. No, I can't say it. No, unfortunately, I'm sorry. No.
Oh, that's totally all right. Thank you so much. But yeah, we'll be headed out. Do you need anything?
Oh, I think we're all good here, but thank you very much for asking.
Fantastic.
I guess
All
I
right.
should have been scrying at some point.
Then we will see you later. Have a good day.
You as well.
All right. Okay. Hannibal, Xanorn, let's bounce.
Oh, hi, Xanorn.
Hey, what's up?
Not much yourself. Are you good at spying?
I mean, I could be, yeah. Yeah.
I could be too, technically. Once we get a little more powerful, I could scrying.
I'm pretty good at spying, yeah.
But you're coming with us, so it doesn't really help.
Well, I mean, that's good information to
Yes.
know regardless. Anyway, let's go visit Deathland really quick.
Alright.
Okay, we'll head to the bathhouse.
Okay. Yeah, you can head in. You can see Hannibal. This is the first time you're seeing this, but yeah, it looks like a bathhouse. One of those places where it's just like kind of almost like a honeycomb pattern of tubs just set into the ground
Cool.
with stone and tile around them. But you can see that there are Triton all over the place. And there's like partitions set up, and you can see that some of the baths that you pass by have arcane runes around them with a standing enchantment. As you come in, they're like, people stop what they're doing and they turn around and bow in your presence.
I bow as well.
They look very confused at that.
Sorry, I'm still learning.
And then a second later, Dathlin spots you from across the room and comes over and bows very deeply to Hannibal before turning to you,
I
Sid.
don't bow back.
Good to see you again. Did everything go all right?
Yes. I am in need of getting in contact with my family, however, on the matter of the mercenaries, if it isn't too much trouble.
Certainly, no. You can. Happy to.
Fantastic.
Right. Yeah, she'll lead you over to one of the tubs again. Hannibal, you can come with. Stops you.
Sure.
Okay. So yeah, you can.
You can meet my mom.
Okay.
I would actually. Can only one person participate in the back and forth, or could Hannibal join me?
Oh no, multiple people can. Your mom and both your grandparents were participating. So
I will like very excitedly like lay my hand on Hannibal's shoulder. Like, do you want to meet my mom?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
You can say you know a prince. Hello, I'm a prince.
yeah. So
Well,
you go
I
over.
kind of told her a little bit about
Oh,
you.
well.
That I have a brother who's also a prince.
Excellent.
So, I'm excited. Okay.
Wait, can we use this to contact anybody?
There are certain limits to it, but familiarity is helps, and the source of water nearby them as well.
Ilvem? Maybe not.
I think that's
Yeah,
a
you-
little risky.
You would also guess that probably, given how the scrying went
Yeah.
with them, this would probably also be blocked by that as well.
Makes sense.
But yeah, they take you over to one of these tubs where you can see a small group of Triton wizards standing around. You can see the blue runes etched in around the edge of the tub.
Hello,
And
fellow
they will-
wizards.
They all bow and say hello, and then they say, "Whenever you're ready."
All right, fantastic. I will hand the paperwork to Xanorn so it doesn't get wet.
Okay. Yeah, they begin casting the spell. Yeah, they take anything away from you that shouldn't get wet. They have you go stand like
I'm
waist
fine.
deep in the water. Yeah. You stand waist deep in the water. Yeah, they cast the spell again. Once again, your half of the tub drains down to nothing, and the half in front of you rises up out of the tub, so it's like about over your head level.
What spell is this?
This is not a specific spell. This is a This is kind of like a laid-in runic enchantment combined with channeling magical enemies, kind of like the Methal from your campaign.
Okay, cool.
Where it's something that's done over a period of time. They set this into, they set this up, and then you can see, Sid, you see a different room of your house now, where you can spot, you're a little bit elevated, and you're looking kind of down at your kitchen.
Okay, I'm in the sink.
This is weird.
Yeah, so it's kind of similar to how Lucas communicated with you, where it's like the reflection on the water, but like the whole reflection is as if like the room was behind you and reflecting perfectly in the water. And then and then you can hear voices from down the hallway, and then your grandmother peeks her head in, and then goes back out, and then you can hear then all three of them come in. And then when they get closer, as they step forward, the front of the water, where the water is flat, kind of like sticks outward to give them form and shape, with like the reflection on top of it. So you can tell they're water, but they have like form and shape, and like there's some tactile sense there. Which one are you poking?
Grandma.
She
poke my grandma.
She just looks around as you poke her. I don't know where you poke, face, wherever.
Cheek,
you poke her in the cheek, and she's looking around because you can see her cheek like poke in a bit, as if you are actually poking her.
Weird.
Don't just poke my grandma.
Sorry.
Allow me to make introductions. Hannibal, this is my grandmother and grandfather and my mother. And this is Prince Hannibal, my half-brother.
Hello.
They all like awkwardly kind of look around and like do a half bow to you.
Nah, don't. You don't have to do that.
All right. And your grandfather speaks up and says, what do you need, Sid?
So, I wanted to touch base with you because I had a visitor this morning by the name of Ambassador Adherion.
Your mother immediately rolls her eyes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He sucks.
So it seems that he has inserted himself into our business dealings to make sure that I do not negatively impact the reputation of Overmar. So I had a lot of paperwork to do in regards to the transaction. I have made it, to the best of my ability, apparent that our place in the transaction is supplying the suzerain and the turncoats with the currency necessary to employ the mercenaries. I'm trying to put as much distance between our family and Ulramar and responsibility for the actions of the mercenaries as possible. I have the paperwork here if you'd like to go over it with me to make sure that I haven't done anything that might bite us in the ass. And I also just simply wanted to know if you knew about this, that he might visit. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. I don't think that he is particularly aligned with the cause. Yeah, I wanted to keep you apprised of the situation.
Very much appreciated.
And he smells like poop.
All right. I suppose we didn't know about this, no, but I suppose it makes sense. You are a member of a respected family, but you've been away for a time, and accountability would be difficult in the eyes of the Elder Council. So a person who is more tied in with the community and our noble system would be... I can understand why they would send someone, and he, as an ambassador, would be an ideal person to send, I suppose, unfortunately.
I understand his place, and I'm not arguing that, but I was just discussing with Hannibal that I do not trust him. I am trying to keep him legally as in the dark as possible, because I do not trust what information he is sending to Oromar or what information he may be sending elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. Well, in terms of information, I can't, unless he's sending it directly to the enemy, in which case that would be, well, we looked into this group that you're fighting against, and uh, these loyalists appear to have some measure of legitimacy that, in terms of sides of a conflict. But these inquisitors are international criminals.
Mm.
Wanted after war of religious persecution. So they, were he to be found out to be siding with them at all, or anyone to be, they would be immediately lumped in with them for legal purposes.
Mm. So should I make that apparent in the paperwork, that it is not necessarily the loyalists in which we are involved in the conflict, but rather the international war criminal cult, the Inquisitors?
I'll leave that up to you, but it depends on what you want our role here to be. Are we helping with the war as a whole, or are we just here to deal with these criminals?
I believe the war as a whole, but I'm wondering what works best for us legally. I wasn't as concerned as I am now currently with the ambassador being here. I know that he has a tendency to sort of, I mean, I certainly hate the man, but he is very good at what he does, and he usually gets what he wants. I want to try and make sure as much as possible that I've covered enough of my bases that he can't take anything and use it negatively against our family, as I know he will certainly try to do.
True enough. True enough. I don't know that there's any one right way to do this. I don't know that there's a correct solution or a safest path. We trust you.
All right. I would just like to just go over the paperwork with you very briefly, and I'll just sort of go over it just to kind of like almost like a kid who's about to like, or like someone who's new at giving speeches is about to like go give a speech, just go over it kind of deal, just make sure like everything's cool, I've crossed my T's, dotted my I's kind of deal.
Okay. Yeah.
Very much like Sid's been outwardly very sure of himself for the most part, but in this moment you can definitely see the insecurity, the I am very new to diplomacy and I am trying my best.
Yeah, your parent, your mother and your grandparents guide you through it. Your grandfather is a well-practiced diplomat, so he, and both of your grandparents really, so they provide you help. It's like some small stuff. It's like, word that differently, change that around. Like legally, you should say this. Technically, if you want to do due diligence and show proper deference to this person's title, you should say this, that kind of thing.
Cool. All right. Well, with that out of the way, I will be taking this to the suzerain to get, their signatures and their eyes on it, because they are involved in the transaction. And then this evening, the mercenaries should be arriving, in which case we'll be doing a troop viewing. And I wanted to let you know as well that Hannibal and myself, as well as a few others involved in an anti-Inquisitor task force, which we are spearheading, will be heading out tomorrow to hopefully rescue an individual who has been abducted by the Inquisitors.
Right. We understand that the payment is going to be brought tonight as well. We still have it. Someone is going to be using teleportation magic to come here and gather it up and then teleport it to there, presumably where it'll be presented to the mercenaries.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Well, if I need anything else, I will contact you. And yeah, that's kind of it.
Very good to see you again.
It's good to see you too. I love you. Stay safe.
It was nice meeting you.
Yes, and nice meeting you, Hannibal. Prince Hannibal.
Just Hannibal's fine.
All right.
Okay.
All right, yeah, the wizards will end the enchantment and the water will level back out and the illusion will fade.
Okay.
That's very weird.
So you met my family. What do you think?
They seem nice.
They're very nice. All right. Well, we have to get this paperwork to the suzerain and get your brother on board for
Right.
the
Right.
for the troop viewing.
Yes. And then go to bed and prepare for tomorrow.
All right. Sounds good. So I will thank the wizards and Dathlin, and we will head over to the suzerain's office to finish up the paperwork.
Okay. We don't have to go into the nitty-gritty bureaucracy. She goes through it. She signs where she needs to. She tells you she'll get it to him, so you don't even have to do that. You can delegate to her. She doesn't mind.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
I have,
of course,
nitty-gritty political stuff to talk about, actually.
Oh, all right.
Do you know of any spies?
Yes, I suppose we have our fair share.
It might be worth keeping a close eye on this ambassador using a spy.
I'll see if we have any to spare. Many of them are quite busy with the war.
That makes sense. I just don't trust them.
We'll keep an eye on him as best we can.
Well, certainly, he is involved, and I understand his purpose for being here. But I don't know how far he is willing to go to sabotage the reputation of my family. I do not know if he would be willing to go so far as to sabotage the turncoat effort in order to do so. This is my concern. So if you cannot spare any spies to look in on him, I completely understand. At the very least, I suggest, especially because we will be leaving tomorrow with our task force to try and rescue Ilvem. So I won't be here, I won't be around to know necessarily what is happening. I suggest certainly keeping an eye on him, and as I've done with this paperwork, bureaucratically trying to keep him in the dark as much as possible, so that if he is sending information to other interested parties, that they know as little as possible.
Right. We'll keep that in mind, and we'll do what we can to keep an eye on him.
Fantastic. Will you be joining us for the welcoming of the mercenaries?
Yes, of course, yes.
Fantastic. And it seems that Hannibal's brother will be joining us as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we have to go speak with him, so with the paperwork done, I will leave that to you. Thank you again for all of your help and your assistance.
Yes, of course.
And I will see you later.
Yes. Okay.
All
So
right.
you all head out. You gonna go find Prince Karsus?
Yep.
Prince Garces.
Yeah, you can go find him. He's at the suzerain's house where he was staying before. You can go over there and find him again. Same place where you had that sick brunch.
What do we say?
That's-
What do we say when he definitely notices I look different?
You don't actually look that different. Like with the
Cool.
clothes on and everything, it's like
Cool.
it's not terribly noticeable, especially like since he's only seen you like a couple of times.
Kind of want to tell him I died. It'd be really funny. Anyways, let's go.
It looks like you just got like full body exfoliated.
Yeah, we just went to a really nice spa.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Knock on
Yeah.
the door.
So
Knock,
you can
knock,
go.
knock.
Yeah. A servant answers the door.
Hello.
Yes.
I am
We're
Prince.
looking for. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I am Prince Hannibal, looking for my brother Prince Karsus.
Yes. Right this way.
Very enthusiastic.
Yeah. Shows you inside. You can see where he's in like a back courtyard, and you can see he's just going through some drills, just swinging his warhammer around, practicing with it. When you arrive, warhammer, which, if I remember correctly, is made of the coral warhammer. And
So
when you
cool.
arrive, when you come to the back door, he notices you and just puts it down. There's just an audible thump as he puts it down in the grass, and it like dents the dirt there. And he's like, "Bro and Proxy Bro, how's it going?"
Pretty good.
Hey, it's good to see you again.
Yeah. So what are we doing? We're going to do a thing.
Yes. Let me go ahead and give you the rundown. So, my family, I'm not royalty, but I am from a noble house in Ulramar.
Sick.
And yeah, family's super cool. They'd love you. We are getting involved in the conflict by supplying some currency with which to purchase some mercenaries to help out with the turncoat effort.
Sweet.
And unfortunately, is it okay if I cuss around you?
Oh, absolutely. Fuck yeah.
Okay, so fuck this guy, right?
Yeah.
So his name is Ambassador Adherion, right? He's the ambassador from Oromar, and like he handles all international diplomatic efforts, blah blah blah. Super big asshole, right? Was like kind of in love with my mom. My mom wasn't having it. He almost killed me once, like super uncool guy. We hate him, right? He comes down to make sure that I'm doing my job, basically. And it's super apparent that he wants to watch me eat shit and die. Like, he wants me to fail, and I don't know whether or not his desire to make that happen would mean that he'd be willing to go so far as to completely sabotage the turncoat operation. Right?
Oh, dang.
So, mercenaries are showing up. We're going to have a troop viewing. All right, and I want essentially to just have an awesome power move moment. Okay? Show up, two princes by my side, right? I want this guy quaking in his boots.
I'm into it. Yeah, yeah.
So, that's where you and Hannibal come in. Are you down?
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not doing much anyway, and like helping out a proxy bro, always happy to help out a proxy bro.
And this individual talked down to me today. Didn't believe that I was princely.
Oh,
yeah.
Man, we're gonna mess him up. All right.
Mess him up.
Well, I mean, not like
I would be
know,
down
politically
for
mess
messing him up.
Yeah. Do you? Yeah. Do you have like a crown or anything like a head anything?
No.
Oh. Okay. Well, if you're gonna if we're doing like official princely stuff, you want to borrow one of mine?
Yes.
All right, cool. Yeah, let's go. Let's go check through my luggage. Let me find you a good one.
Sweet.
Yeah, so he goes inside and like rummages around through some of his stuff, and he's gonna find you a circlet. It's not like a full-on like crown. He'll explain like he's like you don't actually wear the crown except for like really important stuff like funerals and weddings.
Ugh.
But yeah, it's a circlet that kind of like it goes halfway around like to about to here, with kind of like like thicker part in the middle set with gemstones. It's a dark silver material set with blue and green gemstones. He's like, yeah, you can borrow this tonight.
Identify.
It's not magic.
It's just pretty.
Yep.
Oh. Excellent.
Yeah. All right. So when are we going?
What time is it right now?
It's like mid-afternoon now. You're probably getting close to the time.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna change into my set of fine clothes really quick.
Okay.
As
Yeah, you can
well
all like
as
get cleaned up and get ready and
Yeah.
everything.
make sure to slide on my signet ring. We're going full tilt here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we should be heading out right about now.
Cool.
Go see what's up. I think we're gonna meet up with the suzerain and then head over as a group.
All right. And we'll mess up an ambassador.
Let's do it. Power move.
Cool.
Okay.
Alright.
So you're gonna head over to the suzerain's office, where she's already on her way down, and she's got an escort of Triton guards there, which are increased as Prince Karsus shows up with his.
Cool.
All right. Are you ready?
I am ready as I'll ever be.
All right. We'll be meeting them by the docks.
Fantastic.
All right, and then you can start making your way over the docks. You can see, you have a small parade of Triton soldiers escorting you over, with you all like in a prominent place at the front. As you're getting closer, you can see the Galden noble woman that you spoke to, Layla Harker. She is present. She is there. You can see what appears to be her warship is present behind her, ready to just acting as a backdrop, basically. You also see Aminara, the one you spoke to at the racetrack, is standing next to her. And then our good friend the ambassador and Bariadin are both standing a little ways to one side, just kind of off to the side. And you make me insight checks. Make me an insight checks from distance as you get closer.
Urge the fireball rising. Insight. I'm not good at that.
Oh my god, I'm rolling like such garbage. I don't even want to talk
15.
about that.
Okay.
No, I'm not even talking about that. We're not going to talk about what I just rolled.
Yeah, Hannibal, you can tell. You can see his face just get paler, and you can see his face just.
Oh, good.
You can see the look of just like, I'm sorry, that's an actual prince. But he manages to compose himself fairly quickly. But you catch it.
I don't
It
compose
happens.
myself. I'm gonna flip him off.
Okay.
Oh no, I hide the hand.
Contested sleight of hand.
Your brother's like, dude, probably not a good idea.
All right, never mind.
But yeah, so you make your way over, and you can see that you can kind of it's kind of like a raised area that overlooks out towards the ocean, kind of like the kind of area that's used for is used for gathering up troops, usually naval troops, but you can see several. They're kind of standing a little further away from the edge of the dock, or the edge of the harbor. Because up against the water line, you can see a series of teleportation circles have been inscribed on the edge of the right at the edge of the water. And the suzerain will step up and say, thank all of you for arriving, for meeting us here. May I introduce, for those of you who haven't been properly introduced, all involved. We have the esteemed Sidariel Wayfarer. We have Princes Hannibal and Karsus of the Prince Hannibal and Karsus, Scions of Kolgoth, and also we have Lady Layla Harker of Countess of Galden, and Iredian Navi, ambassador to Oromar.
Good douchebag.
Pretty much one of the only people there who had one of the lowest ranking titles in the room.
Oh, good. I'm gonna lean over to Sid and say, by the way, when we approached, your ambassador was looking very pale.
Yes. Just gonna quiet yes under my breath.
Yeah, and then you can see the teleportation circles across just all just light up and glowing, and Layla Harka will nod and say, I made some arrangements with my with a mage's school within our territory to aid in uh, getting the mercenaries here more quickly.
Cool.
Thank you. I
And then
appreciate it.
you will see the circles start lighting up, and like the whole row lights up, and I forget what the number is. I think it's like 5 to 7 creatures per teleportation circle.
I think it's similar to teleport, so I think it's 7.
Yeah, so it's groups of 7 appear. There's like 5 across, so it's like 35 people will appear and then step forward, and then like another 35 appear, and then they all step forward, and then 35 more appear, and they all step forward. One steps out in front of, or they start. What's up?
Sorry, I was just excited. Any creature that enters the portal instantly appears within 5 feet.
Oh, it's not limited. Okay.
Nope.
So then, yeah, they start flashing, and basically just rows and rows of these people start marching out. They are looks like they're divided up into groups. You can see they're kind of moving in units of somewhere between like 3 to 7. And then there is a separate group that is gathering at the front. The units are formed by usually a smaller, like lither-looking individual who is wearing a full complement of whips around their waist. Looks like they have 4 of them. 2 of them are just like regular leather ended whips, and then the other ones have like metal barbs on the ends, so it looks like they've got their lethal and their non-lethal options. The other variety you can see is just heavily armored with actually 2 tower shields, 1 on each arm, and then there is a more spellcastery looking person with each of those groups. Usually it's about 1 spellcaster to 2 to either like 1 of the whip ones and 1 of the armored ones, or 2 of the whip ones and 2 of the armored ones. And then there's a separate group gathering at the front they're all just wearing medium armor and no weapons to speak of. And as a large number of them appear, and one of the ones in the separate group, one of the what looks kind of like their command group, steps forward and says, "We are the Alharis Mercenary Company, and we have come to respond to a hiring." And there's another teleportation circle kind of in front of where all of you are, and the suzerain says, "We appreciate you coming. Your payment should be arriving momentarily." And then after a second, the circle flares into life, and you can see a mage in hooded robes that's covering their like head and face, but blue robes, appears alongside Sid. Your grandfather comes with holding the box, and the suzerain steps forward and he turns and hands the box over to the suzerain, and then the suzerain takes it, bows her head, and then turns and then hands the box over to the mercenary, who opens it, looks through, quickly counts up the coins, nods, and says, with the amount you have provided, this you have paid for a larger force than this one. Consider this only to be a sample size. We will fight and do battle and do whatever you need. The variety of troops that you have purchased, we have within our ranks. The lashers, he gestures at the ones carrying the whips, capable of rapid deployment, quiet and stealthy movement and operations, as well as effective combat. The rogues. The bulwarks, who provide frontline support and protection for the other members of their squads, the ones with the shields, the fighters. Our stone singers, capable of great feats of magic, points to the spellcastery ones. And then myself and my fellows here represent, depending on who you ask, our title is either the Trackers or the Wardens. And we're capable of a great deal. We will find, if you will provide us a place to set up camp, we will begin getting ourselves ready and be prepared to accept whatever orders you have for us. And the suzerain says that is greatly appreciated. And thank you especially to the Wayfarer family of Oralmar, who has provided us funding for these mercenaries. May this result in a long and strong friendship between our two nations.
Of course, the Wayfarer House is always happy to assist a good cause.
The guards can show all of you to where we have set up for you to stay, and we greatly appreciate your service. And they all nod, and you can see then things kind of break apart at this point. Seems the ceremony part is over, and it's into more of the logistics, and they're starting to like get them set up with their own mercenary camp outside your city so that they can start providing help. Your grandfather makes his way over into the group, and then kind of does that grandpa thing where like he's coming closer, and he kind of does like one of these as he's coming over, but no one's looking.
I hug him.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good to see you. May I introduce you to the suzerain, Prince Hannibal, who you met briefly before, Prince Karsus. This is my grandfather.
Hello.
Very nice to meet all of you. I was actually thinking about it, Sid.
Yes.
You mentioned that you'd be busy, and as we were going through the paperwork, the ambassador seemed to indicate that he was concerned that you'd be going off and gallivanting while no one was here watching this situation.
Yes, I have found myself heading a specific branch of the Turncoats, which is an anti-Inquisitor task force, and we are headed out on a mission starting tomorrow morning to retrieve some individuals who've been abducted by the Inquisitors.
Well, I came here to hand over the coins, and I was gonna head back with this nice person for this was supposed to be largely ceremonial, but I got to thinking about it. I could stick around and take care of the job for you. I could organize and handle all of this. That way you could be free to move around and, not have to worry about abandoning your post, as you might say you are.
That would certainly cover all bases a bit more. Less open to scrutiny. That would be, yes, if you are willing to do that, I would greatly appreciate it.
I'd be happy to.
Do you have protection here in the city?
Well, not particularly, not specifically.
Brother Karsus, is there any way we could lend some of our soldiers to protect this lovely man?
Well, given that this fine gentleman is providing resources to provide protection to our suzerains and the city in which they are currently governing, I can see it as a right and proper thing to do to both extend our security as well as invite him as a guest to stay with me in my time here.
My thoughts exactly.
That works for me, I suppose.
I don't trust the ambassador.
It's a wise choice.
Well, fantastic. And there's also some people that I would like you to meet, Grandpa. Do you know of a name, the Keonis?
I can't say I do, no.
They're lovely. I think that they would quite enjoy meeting you.
I would love to meet them.
They're very nice.
Lovely. And as you are, finishing up this troop inspection and everything, and getting ready to kind of go your separate ways at this point, out on the horizon, you hear a sound.
Dragon.
Oh no.
Actually, Hannibal, you might think so at first, because you hear.
Dragon.
And you look over towards the horizon, and yeah, you can see what appears. You can see the shape of wings. The sun is set at this point, and you're looking. Let me think. You're looking east, so the sun is behind you. So you're looking away from the sun over the darkening skyline. But you don't actually see it. You don't see it. It's not the shape of a dragon.
Oh no.
It is the shape of it appears to be the shape of a bird. And you're like, that's a big bird.
Rock.
And then you can see actually, you're like, that's a pretty big bird, okay. But then as it kind of passes behind certain things, like certain buildings, you realize it is much, much farther away than you would have originally have been assuming. You're like, but if it's that far away and that big, this thing must have a wingspan of like a couple hundred feet.
It's a rock.
And as this enormous bird starts flying down over the city, you can see that as it actually starts to get over the city, bells begin to ring and go off. The mercenaries and the guards around.
It's the big one. It's the big one in the woods.
Yeah.
And you start to see, as it starts getting over the city, you start to see things dropping off of it. Small, very small, almost pointy-looking things dropping out off of this giant bird as it flies over the city.
Why did
I immediately turn to the suzerain and say, the big one in the woods, the surprise. And I turn to like a couple guards, get my grandfather to safety.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is it?
It's still at the edge of the. It's just past the edge of the city. You're the opposite edge. But that is actually where we're gonna pick up next week once Drew's back with us.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
A rock dropping piercers.
You know, it's a good thing I called our dragon friend.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great thing you called our dragon friend.
You know, like 2 days ago. You know, it's probably gonna take a while for them to get here.
Yeah.
Rocks are scary.
Yep. Just need a lot of paper.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. You shut your mouth. Shut your damn mouth.
Don't get picked up by it.
Boy howdy, I'll try my best.
I could fall and be fine because I got that ring.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to.
Oh my god.
Right.
Oh my god.
Used all my third level spells to communicate as per the usual.
I need to stop thinking we have time. Like, any time that you surprise us with something, you're like, hey, this bad thing's gonna happen, I always think that we have time, and it always happens immediately. Damn it.
Well, this time, you know, he was waiting, but then, you know, some people attacked his camp, so he was like, yeah, well, why not? Let's go.
Big fuck.
Rock. I'll just reduce it.
Make it big tiny.
It has to get within 30 feet, though.
Make it big tiny.
But thank you for watching, everybody. That is where we're going to end the session. Hope you had a wonderful time, and we will see all of you back next week for a rock-dropping piercers.
I can fight one.
A piercer? Yeah, absolutely.
Not a rock.
Oh, boy.
If I had fireball, like, that'd be fun, but I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, my god.
Bye, everybody. Oh, actually, before we end, I will say, you probably got a short rest in there somewhere, so you can arcane recovery.
Ha! Ha ha ha! That's right, that makes sense. I'm gonna do that right now.
Okay, all right.
I just have a quick question.
Yeah.
Where's it Hirion?
For up and to the right of you.
Get him!
Like,
go for him!
Go for him!
Grab him and just throw him up towards it. We provide you this offering.
Yeah. We supply you this blood sacrifice.
I'm gonna whip a fireball.
Okay.
But
we'll start with that next week.
Well, I'm sending Abacus away first, and then.
Okay.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay.
Rocks are bad.
Why you do this, Sam?
I have to go eat my dinner. Good night, everybody.
All right.